on its way to the hypobromite. And there'll be a little HBr in there as well, since we're running this in an acidic medium. I'm going to drain a little bit of that water because the flask is trying to float. I don't want my flask floating. We just want to keep this from getting too hot. That's why we're adding slowly. Also keeping my nose away from the neck of that flask. There's probably some nasty vapors coming out. And shortly I'll be covering that with a 50 milliliter beaker to keep the vapors in the flask during the course of the reaction. And you'll see a fairly dramatic change happen just there as the yellow solution turned into a kind of lemony yellow suspension. That is probably our product forming. Move that a little bit, get that stir bar around the back side. There's a little bit I can't get with the pipette. Just pour that in. See, it kind of went orange. Now I just stick a 50 milliliter beaker over the top to keep the vapors in there. And we're going to let this stir for a minute or so in the ice bath before we remove the ice bath and let it warm to room temperature. So it looks like it's like 3 minutes after 2. We'll maybe let it go till 5 after 2, a couple of minutes. And then I'll take that ice bath away. And you notice this quite different behavior from last time when we were working with that 3-year-old bleach solution. Probably didn't have very much bleach in it at all. Kind of an orange colored suspension now. Maybe. You see it? And I'm just moving it around to get that stir bar so that it's reaching into all the edges of the Erlenmeyer flask. We're going to need to filter that. So I'm going to set up a filtration apparatus while I'm waiting. A 50 milliliter filter flask with the number 2 black rubber adapter and our fish funnel. 1 piece of filter paper. Grab with tweezers. one sheet. So let's set that up here. Vacuum hose. Just get that covered. I'm just going to use a little ice water here to run through that and seal that up tight. So we'll need that in a little bit. I'm going to turn off the vacuum for now though. So that's been stirring for a couple of minutes. We will remove the ice bath. And we're now going to let that go for 15 minutes. Let it room to room temperature, so it's 5 after 2. We'll let that go till 20 after 2. And I'm going to go get some more ice, and I'm going to turn off the camera for now. So I'll come back at 20 after 2 and we'll see what this looks like. Right now it's kind of that lemony yellow orange solution.